Hi friends, I'm sitting here in the dark as it's evening is approaching here in Denmark, so my webcam is just adjusting. What I'm going to talk about now is of course the film I watched the previous Friday. This film is of course Machete. Machete, yeah. If you have been a fan of Robert Rodriguez' old work, you will remember that in the old films. If I'm correct, Machete, this is the guy with the tattoos and the many knives. He appeared, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, in Robert Rodriguez's first film, one of his first films, El Mariachi from 1990 or was it 1992? I don't remember. As the assassin with the tattoos and the many knives, and he was in Desperado as well. I'm not correct. I'm not sure, but he has been Machete, played by that Latino guy with Danny Torrejo, if I pronounced the name correctly. He has been in many other troublemaker films, the production company made by Robert Rodriguez. And finally, he has his own movie now, Machete. Machete, we get a backstory. Machete, he's a Mexican police officer, and him and his partner are gonna they're gone searching for this woman who they of course find in this in typical Robert Rodriguez style. She's completely nude and somewhat willing, but Machete, he thinks he's gonna free her from her captors, and then she turns out to be in cahoots with the evildoers. And then Machete, he of course he is double-crossed, and he comes to America, and there he runs into racist, corrupt senator played by Robert De Niro, who of course it takes place in Texas, and this racist corrupt senator, he like some sort of Nazi, he compares the presence of illegal Latinos or Mexicans in Texas to vermin, a bit like Hitler. He did with he portrayed he did with the Jews. So Robert De Niro's character is of course racist, and he's one of these. He's a stereotypical southern redneck type, and yeah. So that's that. And then he runs into Machete Rodriguez, who looks fine as ever in those with her. She has a fine fine butt in those tight pants, and she runs a taco stand, who and doubles as a human smuggler, where she helps illegals in Texas get with stuff. And then there's John Johnson. I don't remember his character's name, but he's one of these Minutemen type of folks. And yeah, and then Machete, he's of course there's also, and I have read that the nudity of Jessica Alba in Machete was CGI, but still, I don't know about you guys, she looked damn fine, CGI or not, nude. So, and she looks she looks good as well with her clothes on, but even better without her clothes. So CGI or not. Yeah, and of course Machete, he is caught in the middle of it. He's double crossed by this drug dealer who has is an advisor for the senator, Robert De Niro's character, and who's this drug dealer advisor for the senator. He has a daughter, and this is Lindsay Lohan. And yeah, it's difficult to explain the story. The story in not the story, but what happens in the film. You have to go see it yourself, because in many ways it's it's violence porn, because there's a lot of blood, like in all the Robert Rodriguez films, and yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, in my opinion. So, but it was an okay film. It had good looking women, action, suspense, and an okay story. If you like me, have seen other Robert Rodriguez films like El Mariachi, Desperado, From Dusk to Dawn, etc. You'll like a film like this. But if you don't like to see a guy having his intestines extracted from his stomach and used as a rope, then you shouldn't go watch Machete. But if you aren't bothered by stuff like that, then you should definitely check out Machete, because it's worth it. It's a film ride. It doesn't take itself seriously. It's a typical Robert Rodriguez film. So I personally liked it. It had good looking women, action, suspense, and that's it. And it was, yeah, if you could even argue, in my opinion, that it was a critique of a mild critique of American, not a mild but a medium critique of American society, because it's like you have all these people. You have these people in Texas who oppose illegal immigration from Mexico and other parts of South America, but with the other hand, they employ these illegal Mexican workers, and result in ethnic Americans losing their jobs and still attempting to have these ethnic Americans vote for them, because they say, oh, well, the Mexicans, they are stealing your jobs, etc., etc. We have not the same troubles here in Europe. We have a lot of migrant workers from Eastern Europe coming here to Denmark, and the politicians say, oh, excuse me. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. It was just my mom calling on the phone again. And yeah, but Machete. Yeah, it was an okay film, and as I said, if you were offended by nude women and gore and blood in huge quantities, then you shouldn't go watch Machete. But again, as I was talking about earlier, here in Denmark, we have all over Western Europe, we have all these migrant workers from Eastern Europe coming to our countries, and they wear cheap labor, etc. And the politicians, they don't profit from it directly, like in some do in America. But it's a bit the same thing, because these migrant workers from Eastern Europe, they take jobs that so other Western Europeans don't Western Europeans don't want, but they also take jobs that Western Europeans do want. So it's at a cheaper they charge a cheaper salary than Western European workers and skilled workers and academics, etc. But well, but back to so it's a problem all around in the industrialized world where we have influx of cheap labor, and they underbid the existing labor, and that causes friction in societies. And I think I'm a frequent watcher of American news programs, Fox News, CNN, ABC, and I can judge from those programs that it's a cause of the influx of workers and migrants from South America and Mexico. It's a cause of friction in American states like Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. And so it'll be interesting to see in the future if these frictions they level out or it becomes worse. We don't hope it becomes worse, but time will tell, because in many history has shown us if there's if the population in a country feels threatened by the influx of migrants. That's something with the camera. Sorry. It feels threatened by the influx of migrants, then sometimes bad things happen. So let's not hope this happens in America, in the border states of Mexico. But time will tell. But back to Machete. Machete, as I said, is an okay film. It contains some gore and nude women, and if you feel offended by that, then you shouldn't watch Machete. But else, I like Machete, and I would give it 4 out of 5 Coca-Cola bottles, because it was a cool film. So anyway, you should check it out if you like Robert Rodriguez films and agree with me on the other stuff. But this is Euroman of Euroman's Movie Report signing off. Bye.